I am Sridhar. In this topic, I am going to explain about the Faraday's laws of electrolysis. Okay, this topic is relevant to the electrochemistry. Okay, in examination point of view, it is very important in, uh, in the theory and also problematics. Okay, first of all, we have to know about the objectives in this class. Okay, after completion of this period, we will able to know the definition and explanation of the Faraday's first law of electrolysis and definition and explanation of Faraday's second law of electrolysis, and third one is solve the numerical problems related to the Faraday's first law of electrolysis and second law of electrolysis. First of all, we have to know about the introduction about the Faraday's laws of electrolysis. Michael Faraday, on the basis of his research, investigated electrolysis quantitatively. He found that during the electrolysis, the quantity of the substances liberated at electrode is depends on the three factors. That is, the quantity of current passed through the electrolytic solution, the time duration passing the current at the uniform rate, and third one is charge on the ions being deposited. Okay, according to Michael Faraday, the electrolysis process is taken as quantitatively. In his research, the electrolysis process, the quantity of the substances are liberated or deposited or dissolved at electrodes is depends on the three factors. Number one, the quantity of electricity passed through the electrolytic solution, time duration of the passing the electric current at a uniform rate, and third one is the charge on the ions being deposited. Now, on his research, he was given two laws for the depositing amount of the substances at various electrodes in the form of two laws. That is Faraday's first law and Faraday's second law. First of all, we have to know about the Faraday's first law of electrolysis. Okay, and his statement is the mass of an element liberated on an electrode during the electrolysis is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity Q which passes the solution of an electrolyte. Okay, once again, I am repeating the statement of the Faraday's first law of electrolysis. The mass of an element liberated or deposited or dissolved at electrode during the electrolysis is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity Q which passes through the electrolytic solution. Okay, this can be explained in the form of mathematical equation. When we pass the when we pass the quantity of electricity, when we pass the current in amperes for some time in t seconds, the deposited amount of substance at electrode is W. Okay, that can be written in mathematical way. W is directly proportional to Q. Here W is the weight of the substance or mass of the substance. Q is the quantity of electricity passed through the electrolytic solution. This indicates it has the product of current and time, that is called as quantity of electricity. Then When with the removal of these proportionate constant, then we can write it as W is equal to E into capital Q. But we know Q is equals to current into time. Then we substitute this one in this. Then W equal to ECT. Where E is here constant, which is called as electrochemical equivalent of the substance. Okay, if 1 ampere of current is passed for 1 second, then M equal to E or W equal to E. This means that the 1 ampere of current is passed for 1 second, then the mass of some amount of substance is deposited or liberated is exactly equals to electrochemical equivalent. Okay, simply we can define it as when we pass 1 ampere of current for 1 second, the deposited amount of the substances at a electrode is called as electrochemical equivalent. The unit of the quantity of the electricity is called as coulomb. The unit of the quantity of electricity is called as coulomb. Okay, this can be defined as coulomb. Coulomb is a quantity of electricity passed when 1 ampere current passes for 1 second. In examination point of view, they may ask as a short question as a coulomb and define small e. Once again, I am repeating the electrochemical equivalent, the mass of the substance deposited or liberated at electrode when 1 ampere of current for 1 second is called as electrochemical equivalent. Here the quantity of electricity is called as coulomb. Okay, this can be defined as the quantity of electricity when passed 1 ampere current for 1 second. If Q is the quantity of electricity, then according to the Faraday's first law, Q equal to C into T. The larger unit for the quantity of electricity is called as Faraday. In examination, so they may ask the definition of the Faraday. Okay, the quantity of a substance which is deposited when 1 Faraday of electricity is passed through the electrolyte is called as gram chemical equivalent of the substance. Okay. In examination point of view, they may ask as a question definition of the Faraday. A substance which contains 1 mole of electrons Okay, according to definition of the Faraday, a quantity of Faraday is a quantity of electric current carried by 1 mole of electrons is called as Faraday. That is equal to 1 Faraday is equals to 96,500 coulombs. Here the definition of the gram chemical equivalent or chemical equivalent. Okay, and the quantity of a substance which is deposited when 1 Faraday of electricity is passed through an electrolyte is called as gram chemical equivalent of the substance. Okay, when we pass 1 ampere of current for 1 second, then deposited amount of a substance at electrode is called as electrochemical equivalent. If we can pass 1 Faraday of electricity through the electrolytic solution, the deposited amount of a substance at electrode is gram chemical equivalent. Faraday definition is the quantity of electric current carried by 1 mole of electrons is called as Faraday. F is equals to small n into F is equals to small n into E. F into Faraday. F means Faraday. N indicates Avogadro number, that is equal to 6.02 into 023 into 10 to the power of 23. E is the charge of the electron, that is 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. When the multiplication of those values, we get here 96,500 coulombs. Okay, here again we have to define the electrochemical equivalent. The electrochemical equivalent substance may be defined as the amount or weight of the substance deposited or liberated when 1 coulomb of electric current is passed through an electrolyte. It is denoted by small e, and in SI units it is expressed in kilogram per coulomb. Already just now we discussed about this definition of the electrochemical equivalent: the amount of a substance deposited or liberated when 1 coulomb of electricity is passed through an electrolyte. It is a definition of the electrochemical equivalent. It's denoted by small e. In SI units, it is expressed in kgs per coulomb. Kg per coulomb. And next one is example. A current of 0.5 amperes is passed through a solution of copper sulfate for 1 hour. Calculate the mass of a copper metal deposited on the cathode. The electrochemical equivalent of copper is 0.000329 grams per coulomb. Okay, that equal to 3.29 into 104 grams per coulomb, or 3.294 into 10 to the power of minus 7 kgs per coulomb. Okay, from this question we have to collect the data, that is current in amperes is 0.5 amperes, the time in second already here given it as 1 hour, that indicates 1 into 60 into 60. Okay, 160 indicates minutes, 160 indicates seconds, and totally it will be converts into the seconds. The electrochemical equivalent of copper is 3.294 into 10 to the power into 104 grams per coulomb, or 3.29 into 10 to the power of minus 7 kgs per coulomb. Okay, formula we have to use it as W is equals to ECT. Already E has given in the problem. C already we know. T also we know. Okay, when we substitute those values in this equation, then we get here W equal to ECT, then 3.294 into 10 to the power of minus 7, like that. It has missing, and 0.5 into 300 is 3600. On simplification we get here 5.29 into 10 to the power of minus 4 kilograms, or 0.5929 grams. And next one we have to discuss about the Faraday's second law of electrolysis. Okay, Faraday's second laws are very useful for the determination of chemical equivalents of different electrolytes. Its very usefulness is evident from the second law. According to the second law of electrolysis, second law of Faraday of electrolysis, the masses of different substances deposited or liberated when the same quantity of electricity is passed through different electrolytes connected in series are proportional to their chemical equivalent masses. Once again, I am repeating the statement of the Faraday's laws of electrolysis. That is, if the same quantity of electricity passed through different types of electrolytic solutions which are connected in series, in that the deposited amount of the substances or liberated amount of the substances at various electrodes are directly proportional to their chemical equivalent mass. That is, W is directly proportional to E. Then W by E is equals to constant, where W here weight of the substance, E is here chemical equivalent of the substance. Okay, from this we have to write W1 by E1 equal to W2 by E2, or W1 by W2 equal to E1 by E2. Okay, here W1 indicates weight or mass of the first element. E1 is equals to chemical equivalent of the first element. W2 equal to weight or mass of the second element. E2 is the chemical equivalent of second element. Okay, consider three different electrolytic solutions in this which are connected in series manner. First one is silver nitrate, and second one is copper sulfate, and then it is aluminum nitrate. Here these are all in connected in series manner, that is plus minus plus minus plus minus, and then these totally connected with a one battery, that is plus and minus. Okay, these are all in series manner. Okay, when we pass same quantity of electricity from the battery, the deposited amount of the substance at electrodes, that is here cathodes, weight is equals to the masses of the silver, copper and aluminum, that is directly proportional to the chemical equivalent of those elements. According to Faraday, if exactly we can pass 96,500 coulombs of the electricity is passed, then the mass of the silver deposited would be equals to the 108 grams, that is chemical equivalent. We can already how to calculate, we can we discussed in the solution chapter. Okay, that is weight of the weight of the element divided by its valence. Here the 108 is the gram atomic weight of the silver, divided by 1 is the valency of the silver, and the copper is 63.5 by 2, that is 63.5 is the atomic weight and its valency is 2. 63.5 by 2, that is equal to 31.75 grams, and aluminum is 9 grams, that is aluminum atomic weight is 27 divided by 3. 3 is the valency of the aluminum. Okay, that is here 9 grams. When we pass the same quantity of electricity passed through the silver nitrate, copper sulfate and aluminum nitrate, the deposited amount of the substance at electrodes are silver, copper and aluminum. Those masses are equals to their chemical equivalent, that is here 108 grams, 31.75 grams, aluminum is 9 grams respectively. The equivalent mass of the element equal to the atomic mass of an element divided by the valency of an element. Okay, the current of the 96,500 coulombs is called as 1 Faraday charge after the name of the scientist. Thus, the Faraday is defined as the quantity of the charge which deposited or liberates exactly 1 gram of the substances. Examples for the Faraday's laws of electrolytic solution relevant problem. Okay, when an aqueous solution of copper sulfate is electrolyzed, the copper is deposited at the cathode, that is Cu plus 2 plus 2 electrons gives rise to Cu. If a constant current is passed for 5 hours and 404 milligrams of copper was deposited, calculate the current passed through the copper sulfate. Okay, from this problem we get some data, that is the amount of the copper deposited at electrode is 404 milligrams. Okay, so we should convert into the grams, that is 0.404 grams. That means here divided by 1000. Okay, the gaining of electrons in this is in this reaction, that is 2 electrons, that indicates 2 Faraday of electric charge. The atomic mass of the copper is 63.5 atomic mass units. According to the cathode reaction, 63.5 grams of copper deposited by the 2 Faraday of the electric charge. Then 0.404 grams of copper is deposited by 2 into 63.5 into 0.404 grams. Sorry, 2 divided by 63.5 into 0.04. That is, then we get here 0.0127 Faraday. We know 1 Faraday is equals to 96,500 coulombs. Then it equal to, then 0.0127 Faraday gives 0.127 into 96,500 coulomb. Then we get here 101,225.6 coulombs. But we know coulombs equal to ampere into ampere in time. Here time is 5 hours, that is 1225.6 plus 5 into 60 into 60, that is, this equals to 0.60680. This equals to 6.80 into 10 to the power of minus 7 minus 2 amperes. Okay, now let us discuss some multiple choice questions on this topic. A compound whose aqueous solution is decomposed into its components when electricity is passed through it is called as non-electrolyte, electrolyte, acid and salt. Okay, from this it is a right answer is electrolyte. Okay, second question is the unit is used for the quantity of electricity in SI system is, quantity of electricity in SI system is, already we know this one is C is the right answer, coulomb. And next question is what mass of the calcium is collected on the cathode when 1 Faraday of electricity is passed through its solution? What mass of the calcium is collected at cathode when 1 Faraday of electricity is passed through its solution? Okay, that is equals to calcium is atomic weight is 40 and divided by its valency is 2, then 40 by 2 is the right answer is 20 grams. Thank you.